What's going on, guys? I am Bear Degidio, and we are back with another episode of Jackson Podcast. Today, we're doing the Jackson UFC Recap Podcast show. It's an amazing show where we bring in the greatest co-host of all time, TJ Dillashaw. The greatest co-host of all time, Rampage Jackson.
Let's go! Rampage gave me the golf clap because we're in the Masters right now.
And Luke Rockhold.
What's up, Luke?
What's up, Luke?
And Luke Rockhold. Okay.
Luke, you've never looked this good before.
I guess Luke forgot about the show today, huh?
Hey, why you fired Luke, though?
No, I didn't fire him. He's training right now with Perillo at the gym, at the Santo Performance
nice.
Studio.
Oh,
He's getting ready.
He got to fight?
He's fighting Chris Weidman.
Yeah, but isn't that like all getting canceled?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's just a publicity stunt.
I mean, they canceled their first two events.
I think it's fake.
No, they already did.
Yeah,
Do you know what a conspiracy is, TJ? Okay.
No, I'm gonna tell you how I know it's a good chance to get canceled, because after Rashad and I fight fell through, they started talking to my manager about putting on me and Rashad to fight there.
At the GFL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it went quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they canceled the first two events, and that's never a good sign, right? They haven't even spent any money yet, and they're already canceling events, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
I almost felt like it was too good to be true from the beginning,
Yeah.
and it's kind of painted out that way, you know?
Yeah. You don't cancel two events before you first get started. It's just not how it works, Bear.
I mean, I kind of knew that was the case when they were going to be paying all these fighters how much money they were going to be paying them, you know? Because I know a couple of the fighters that have gotten signed, and it's like, damn, they're paying you that much? It's like, you should fight as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
While this lasts, you know?
Yeah, and they paying monthly before the
Oh, are
show.
they?
Yeah, some fighters getting
Probably pins on your contract.
Yeah. What's your problem?
No, I'm just today I'm waiting for you. Today's your day.
Today's my day.
Yeah.
Can I eat breakfast while here?
What, you just eat a hard boiled egg like that? Is it warm at least?
TJ.
No, it's warm. No, it's cold.
TJ,
You eat cold eggs?
Hard boiled eggs, yeah. I'm traveling, dude. I don't have a kitchen.
It's like Easter. That's what I used to do as a kid on Easter. I used to find the eggs and get them and eat the damn eggs. Be farting for like 3 days.
TJ,
They're good, bro.
TJ, I got to tell you something.
What?
Pulling out a hard-boiled egg in the middle of a podcast when Rampage is doing
crazy talk.
academia and he's using his pen and his book. Like, it's crazy, TJ. Like, the amount of craziness I would expect from you, that's not it.
I'm eating breakfast.
Waking me up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym, you know.
Yeah, and then I'm fueling with some protein, and I got some
All right,
Caveman
we're going to hop right
Eats.
into this. Is that okay?
Look,
Huh?
We're going to hop right into
I
this.
even
No,
brought
no,
your
no.
favorites too, dude.
I'm learning from TJ. So what's your breakfast? Is it one hard boiled egg?
No, I eat like 6 eggs every morning, and I eat some sort of like meat with it too. Like I do like some chicken patties. So usually my breakfast is about like 75 grams of protein, 6 eggs, 2 like chicken patties, and then some sort of like collagen protein or something as well.
Every day.
For the most part.
Do you eat pork?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with pork, huh?
I don't think so. I mean, as long as you're getting it like organic.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Because I feel guilty every time I eat sausages.
Why?
Because people talking about pork is bad and stuff like that.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. You heard from TJ. Pork is not bad for you.
Okay, so we're going to hop into the first one in the prelim. One that I felt was an amazing fight is Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. Jim Miller is a veteran, 41 years old. Chase Hooper, 25, good friend of the Jackson podcast.
I like Chase.
Been on the show. He wrestled
funny.
Luke a little bit. I was very, very impressed with the way this guy got put into positions that you would think most people would get a little flustered and excited and kind of give it away, and he stayed calm. For a young kid to be able to do that, I know TJ was with me, so I was getting good insight. We did our first live telecom cast, whatever it's called. What's it
Fight
called?
companion?
Is that what it's called?
That's what they call them, I guess.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think, Joe Rogan made that up? Or
Yeah.
was it
It was
Brendan
Rogan.
Schwab?
And everything
Brendan
Schaub
who?
and Rogan,
Brendan
those guys
Schwab.
together.
The financial advisor, Charles Schwab. Who are you talking about?
Schaub.
Brendan Schaub.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brendan.
Schwab.
Huh?
Brendan.
I think it's Brendan.
Brendan or
Brendan.
Brandon?
I fuck up his whole...
Wait, is it
I
Brandon
always
or
fuck up his
Brendan?
I think it's Brendan.
Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan.
It's not Brandon, it's Brendan.
Brendan Schwab.
Brandon
Schwab.
Schaub.
Schaub.
Yeah.
So you could see Jim Miller obviously is a veteran, and dude, I can't wait to have this guy on the podcast. But this guy's been through it, and he's seen some amazing talent in the UFC. So this guy, I was expecting him to come in here and kind of just have his way with Chase, but Chase seems calm, and that's the one thing you kept saying during the fight, TJ. You kept saying, "Dude, this guy's pretty calm for a young kid, right?"
He felt confident going into the fight. I mean, he was a massive favorite.
Who, Chase was a massive favorite?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he got a good shot.
TJ, how do you think a guy like Chase Hooper becomes so well-rounded when he fights in a gym that doesn't have too many UFC veterans or world champions and kind of just has like a smaller team, comes from a smaller city? How do you think a kid like that, is it natural talent? Is studying, is the game different?
Yeah, I think it's natural talent, being hungry, and then surrounding yourself with guys that you believe in that can coach you to get there, right? Like, I mean, we all know that he's more of a jiu-jitsu player than he is a striker, right? But his striking's well-rounded. He feels confident in there while he's doing it, and he's got good range for his weight class. Like, he's long. I think the confidence comes down to, like, putting in the time and having the guys around you trust.
Rampage, when you were younger, not to go into any pride stories, but did you ever walk into a fight and think because you were younger and didn't have the experience of getting too beat up yet or have these crazy battles that it couldn't happen to you, that you were just so excited?
No, I didn't care.
Oh, you didn't care?
I didn't care if I got beat up or not.
Yeah, I saw an interesting article about fighters' IQ. And when something hasn't happened to you, and this could be wrong, I'm just telling you what the article said, but if something hasn't happened to you in life, whether it be school, a fight, driving, the fear of it is not really settled in. So it's a lot harder for the fear to take over your body. So as a fighter, if you haven't really been beaten up yet or gone to a battle or been knocked out, you never really have that internal fear. So actually your confidence level can continuously boost.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. I mean, that's why like everyone was questioning Volkanovski this fight, right? Because he was coming off of 2 big knockouts, took a year off. And so you're questioning, like, what is his confidence level like? What is his mindset, you know? I mean, it happens to some of the best of them. Like when I beat Barao, I felt like he went on a downslope because he like started second guessing his talent. When before I fought him, he was like pound for pound the best fighter in the world. You know, was on top of the world. Like just had in his mindset was never going to get beaten. You know, and then when he got beat, it's kind of like shit. And then you start second guessing who you are. And once you start second guessing yourself and you lose a little bit of your confidence, it's like that's when it goes downhill. So it's, I mean, the mental battle for UFC, for MMA in general, I think it's way more important than anyone even puts value to.
And Rampage, do you feel like a kid like Chase Hooper, you've met him a few times, you've seen him scramble in here with Luke a few times, and now we've seen a few of his fights. Do you think he has what it takes to become a champion?
Yeah, I really do. I think if he stay on this path that he's on and really believe in himself, I think he got what it takes. But, you know, he's young. He still got plenty of time.
Mm-hmm. How old is he?
25.
He's 25.
25 years old.
Damn.
But he's beat some legends. I mean, he beat Clay Guida. He beat Jim Miller. I mean, the UFC seems to keep giving him veterans. Is there a reason for that?
I don't know.
That's interesting. What do you think about that? These guys are giving him.
Yeah, that is kind of strange. He's such a young kid, and they giving him like OGs.
Yeah.
You know, I think youth is on his side for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But that doesn't take away anything from his fighting capabilities, right?
No, not at all.
Got it.
It looks good, man.
But it's a plus though when you the younger guy in there, right?
When someone says something like that to you, what's like a knowledgeable or like a very factual response for a guy like me who's a fan of MMA? If someone comes up to Rampage and says, "Oh, the only reason why he's beating the guy's old," like you guys are saying, obviously he's skilled and talented. Like, what is it? Like, no, that's not the case. Is it like what is a factual response to that? Because I feel like everybody says that. Oh, he's only winning because these guys are old.
Go fuck yourself.
No, but it is something to it though. Like that's not the only reason why a younger guy would win is because of youth. But I think you really do have an advantage. I mean, you're the younger guy in there. It's a little bit of an advantage for sure.
That's why I thought Diego Lopes had a shot because he was young, hungry, and was going to get after it, you know. And people were second guessing that Volkanovski's 36 years old and going to come in and get the win after the losses he's had, but he proved that he's Alexander the Great, you know?
Yeah, but 36 is not too old. It's not real old. You right there. You know, 35, you at your peak, right? So 36, you just slightly just going down.
He's the first guy to ever win a championship over 35 years old in the lighter weight classes.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. You guys are jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead.
What do you mean?
You're jumping ahead.
You're talking about old guys, and we're talking like it's just a point that Alexander
TJ's
was on
not
the card.
old, brother. He's in the best shape
Fuck
of his
yeah,
life.
I am old.
You're old?
39 years old, dude.
Bro, I saw he worked out yesterday.
Well, yeah,
Like
I can
6
work
a.m.
out.
in the gym. I walk in there, the guy is shredded. The whole gym's watching him work out. I thought he was fighting someone actually when I walked in the gym. He was like standing in the middle. I thought I was watching a movie, like an old school karate movie. Everybody was just surrounded him watching.
How is training now at 39 for you? How is that?
Oh, it's just a different kind of training. I mean, I could train to fight, right? I could do that, but it's just a different lifestyle now, right? I'm living just to look good naked and feel good waking up in the morning. It's nice to kind of do some meathead workouts rather than having to be in the most peak performance of your entire life.
Two different type of trainings.
Way different, right?
Like, what? Explain it.
Right now, I'm just like putting on muscle mass and wanting to look good and feel good in the morning, right? Like to live my life as a father, as an entrepreneur, like just to have the energy to push through my days. And compared to when you're fighting for a world title fight, you're training 2-3 times a day, breaking yourself down, but letting yourself recover and build back up just for that one night, to have like peak performance for one single night. Right now, I'm just wanting to feel good. I don't want to be overworked. I don't want to be tired in the morning. I want to get up in the morning and feel like I can still conquer every day.
Yeah.
How do you feel right now?
I feel good. When I was training for my fight, boxing was a lot easier on the body, so I don't have anything to compare it to with MMA training at 46. But I understand exactly what he's saying. It's two different types of trainings. Like one, you training more for performance, and one, you just training to look good. Two separate things.
Yeah, look good and feel good.
Yeah,
right?
look good and feel good. Yeah.
You know how much like energy you're gonna have in the morning when you're like eating right, when you're working out right way, like getting eggs on your microphone.
I look at like Rampage's camp, and obviously it's exciting to see you still train, and then I know you're going to keep training. And the one thing I keep asking myself, TJ, is as you get older, is it better to train a new technique so that way it fits your body, or is it better to use like your good old faithful technique and continuously train what you've been training?
I think it has to be both, right? If you're going to want to try to win fights against these younger guys, like you're going to have to continue to evolve as an athlete, and especially for because the sport changes, it'll rotate. It's just like fashion, like the 90s are back or whatever it may be in fashion. It's like the way that people are training and the techniques they're throwing, like, is it going to be more kickboxing style? Is the grappling going to be stronger? And per opponent you're training for, like, you got to train your weaknesses, but also continue to do what got you there.
Yeah, makes sense. But
that's why MMA is so hard to train for, because there's so many aspects you got to think about. Like, I'm not just doing the same thing day in and day out.
Is there something that increases the ability to recover as you get older?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like what? I saw you eating jacuzzi and grapes. Does that help?
Oh, they helped me a lot.
Yeah, I saw that this weekend. Does it help when you do it solo? Is that better for your body? So you absorb all the oxygen in the water?
What's wrong with me being in jacuzzi by myself?
No, but as you age, man, your diet's even more important. I mean, you should always have like a clean diet, but even more so when you age, your body doesn't recover as fast. Like, you got to stick to a clean diet. It's going to help you like more so than anything, even just for wanting to look good and feel good, like your diet more than anything.
Yeah, I've been messed up on my diet lately.
It's fine. At least you had that bowl of grapes. So now we're going to go into Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. Dan Ige is a dog. One thing I want to give this guy so much respect. Not only did he take that short notice fight against Diego, rounded up the troops.
Looked good, too.
Hit the fight, yep. But he continuously wants more out of himself. And Eric Nixick told me something about Dan Ige. He said not only is he the hardest working fighter he's ever dealt with and worked with, but his mindset of always being in shape. And I feel like that's something that is not really as common as it used to be. TJ, you always talk about your weight, your diet, and Rampage, you talk about this all the time about how after a fight, maybe you would have a cheat meal, but you're right back in it, or Yama would have you running sprints Saturday after a fight. Why is it that you feel a lot of these fighters not let themselves go, but they really go deep into the whole concept of an off season after their fight?
I think a lot of these fighters are cutting a lot of weight. I think that's what the difference is.
Well, I just got done talking about like the form of training for peak performance. Like, you can't hold peak performance for all year long. Like, you have to go through peaks and valleys. You have to train your ass off to be your best for one night. And then you need a break. Your body needs a break. Your mind needs a break. You need to let go a little bit. You need to live your life. You need to find the things you love to do, hang out with your family, do other activities, whatever hobbies you like to do. And yeah, you got to have some cheat meals, right? But when you're younger and you're trying to make your way to the top, there is a perk to staying in shape. Like, when I was first getting in the UFC and I was taking fights, I had fights that were 3 weeks apart because I was in shape. I would go and I fought Issy Tamura in Canada. I knocked him out in the first round. And then the UFC called me up and was like, hey, we have someone that got injured. We need you on the San Jose card in 3 weeks. And it was like, I didn't let myself go. I was able to hop right back in there and do it. But at that time, I was able to do that. But when you're starting to fight world title fights and train your body to peak performance, like, you need a break, man. You do need to let yourself go a little bit.
Yeah, because you can get injured, man. You can actually get burnt out.
Yeah.
Is there a certain amount of time that you should give your body between fights, or is it not like that?
It depends on how your fight went as well as how your fight camp went, right? Like some of my fight camps to where like I'd get beat up, I'd get cut a couple times, or maybe my fight was hard, like whatever it may be, like that'll dictate how much rest you need. But if I like had a super clean camp and I went and knocked a guy out in the first round and I came on there unscathed, boom, take a week off, get back in there.
I heard you tell my dad something in my family. He was watching the fights with me at my house. It was a phenomenal time. And you made this point and you said you would have maybe fought more fights if you knew this future of your career or where you're at. And I don't want to misspeak, but it really made me think about something, not just business, but it made me think about the way fighters look at the sport nowadays. And can you kind of explain what you were trying to get at?
Yeah, I mean, looking back on it now, I wish I would have taken more fights more often because I was always in shape and I was always gunning to go. But when you are trying to climb the ladder and you're shooting for the belt, you're like, you want to make sure you're so ready, right? And I kind of get OCD about it. I get OCD about like how ready I'm going to be. I want every T crossed, every I dotted with my training camp, my abilities, my diet, my recovery. Like I was always too much of a perfectionist before every fight to where just be in shape and go and like take more fights more often. I feel like I wish I would have done that rather than having a 10-week camp every time, you know?
Do you think with you, though, is a little bit different because of how diverse your training is? Like we look at, say, Dan Ige, and he's in a gym with 100 of the most elite fighters in the world at Extreme Couture in Vegas with Eric Nixick. So they have the ability to constantly have sparring and looks and a huge team. With you, you're constantly putting together your camps. You were constantly organizing your routines.
It wasn't always that way.
Oh,
when I was at Alpha Mill for the first 5 years, it was like we had a room full of killers all the time. And like when you fought, you relied on your teammates being there to help you get ready. And then after you fought, we also couldn't take too much time off because then I had like Chad Mendez fighting. I had to get in there and help him out, or Benavidez was fighting. It's like we relied on each other. So that like I was in that kind of gym, right? Until I left and went to Colorado. And then when I went to Colorado, I kind of found the same thing with Team Elevation is they had a bunch of killers there with Corey Sandhagen and guys like that that would, you know, push you day in and day out. So not until I'd say I moved back down to Orange County with Sam Calavita did I start setting up my own camps, which also had its perks, right? It had its perks to like me find the guys that I needed per fight. But when I first started out throughout my career, no, I was in one of those super gyms that you're always sparring and always getting ready.
Did you guys spar hard like all the time?
Way too much. But it was in that day that we did that. Like we didn't know, right? It was just like big brother, little brother kind of training. Like we were at the gym and we'd probably spar like hard 3 days a week.
Wow.
You know, it's like looking back on it, it was idiotic, right?
Yeah.
But that's just what the sport was. Yeah. It's so much more professional now. There's so much more science behind it and so much more concern around your brain health, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish I would have done it differently, but it got me to where I was at. You know, I mean, I started learning to fight MMA. I became a world champion in 4 years.
Have you knocked people out in the gym?
I have, yeah.
But
they call him Dillashaw, brother. Yeah. Where have you been? Why do you think you got the nickname? Yeah, he goes, hey, nice distraction with the Wild Society protein shake. They call him Dillashaw for a reason. Why do they call you Dillashaw?
Just my intensity, just in every practice, kind of like, and it's like how mad I get at myself if I'm not performing. Because like you're not going to have the best practice every day you're in there. You're going to get your ass kicked. And if you're not getting your ass kicked in practice, you're at the wrong gym.
Do you think he was the reason why they was sparring hard all the time?
No, fuck no. That's how I learned.
Yes.
I went to, dude. No, fuck no. I went to a gym.
Yes, everybody I've talked to said it. TJ's the most insane, most intense training partner of all time.
But that's not why it started. I started doing things how other people were doing. I came into a gym where they were sparring 3 days a week and we were beating the shit out of each other. Like I wasn't like when I first started to fight, like I wasn't the one winning, you know, and I had to hold my own. I remember when I very first went to Alpha Male and I had to spar against Benavidez and like I didn't know how to box. I'm getting my ass kicked and I had a nickname they started for me. They called me Lieutenant Dan. From Forrest Gump, because I remember like my first sparring session was against Joseph Benavidez. He's number 2 in the world, and he's kicking my ass, and I'm bleeding out my face, just all down my nose. Like I didn't really broke my nose too much wrestling, you know. So busted on my nose, I'm bleeding everywhere, and I'm like yelling at him to bring it harder because he's like trying to go soft now because he's like kicking my ass. I'm like, no, let's fucking go. And you know that part where Lieutenant Dan's on top of the ship, like yelling at the storm. Like Uriah always made fun of me. Like that's what Uriah's the one that started calling me Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. He got his sea legs.
Is there? I mean, I have a unique story, and it's Tiki told me a story, which is Rampage's manager that. On The Ultimate Fighter.
It's my manager too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Tiki's the man.
All right, let's not fight over him, guys. Okay. So basically, he said that there was a Ultimate Fighter on the show, and when they asked everybody, like, what do they do? And you basically said, I'm not a boxer. And then the guy goes, well, the way you're wrapping your hands, you look like a boxer. And you said, I'm an MMA fighter. And then they all laughed. They go, who is this kid? And it turned out to be TJ Dillashaw. And then TJ Dillashaw went out there and put on a clinic. And then you decided, you know, the whole story goes on, and you weren't going to fight certain people because you could make more money fighting them outside of this show. Like, you always seem to have a vision of where you wanted to go for your career. We're about to jump into this Dan Ige recap. Do you feel like Dan Ige and the way he's looking at his career now, being 15th in the ranking after that massive fight with the Diego and the massive publicity he's getting and this massive win, he kind of can have that vision now of where he wants to go because the UFC likes him?
I mean, everyone needs to put a game plan of how they want their career to go, right? Obviously, you're going to hit speed bumps and things are going to change. But like the same way as me being on that show, I wanted to fight. Like, I've always like strived and have like a game plan. The same way like I'm running Wild Society right now. It's like being an entrepreneur, you know, a lot about this is like setting up a game plan for how you want your company to go. Well, I was the CEO of TJ Dillashaw. And so I wanted my career to go a certain way, and I knew there were certain fights in the house that would get me to the finale, and like might as well fight the best guys in the finale. And like, so I was just a very cerebral human and athlete. Like, I just, the same way I treat my everyday life now too. It's like I put a lot of thought behind how I'm going to be successful, and I'm going to do the things that I'm going to be very selfish, you know, when it comes to success.
Is there something wrong with being selfish, Rampage, as a fighter?
No, you have to be selfish as a fighter. That's the most selfish job I ever heard of, man. Because if you don't get your mind right and get your body right, you can go out there and get fucked up that night. It's real. You got to be selfish.
Absolutely.
I was a single parent when I was fighting and stuff like that, and it was the hardest thing for me. I
couldn't imagine that,
bro. The hardest thing for me to be selfish. Like, you know, I'm cutting weight and stuff like that, training for a fight. My kids, you know, they wanted like junk and sweets and stuff in the house. I'm like, oh, we can't have that in the house right now because I don't trust myself. You know, like young kids are like, y'all, you just got to eat healthy. So, you know, the kids, they want junk food and candy sometimes.
Yeah. No, I see that. And I like the way that you are able to balance that, because I think one thing, we all do joke around a lot, but you are very disciplined. I really respect it about you. Even during this camp, you really made it a point to get in here, get in the podcast, get in the show. I mean, we're doing a lot here. The Jackson Media House. We have Jackson. We just dropped our new watches. We have Santo Studio we're building, which you guys are both a part of. And we just launched into Nordstrom's. And you've been so diligent about everything. You could definitely tell that championship caliber mindset came back. Not necessarily maybe the speed or the weight or the ability to throw the same right hook or any of that stuff, right? But the mindset came back at the highest level.
Wait, what are you saying? Man, I was moving good.
No, you looked phenomenal. You get what I was going with that one.
Yeah, we all lose abilities.
I didn't say you.
No. Listen, no.
TJ, you can't do
I'm
that.
not the same guy.
You can't say he lost his abilities, TJ. You can't.
I didn't say that.
I'm going to give you a platform to say whatever you want. You're allowed to say whatever you want, but you can't say Rampage.
Let me set the record straight. Coach Bobby came all the way from Saudi Arabia because he was teaching at Mike Tyson's gym. And he saw me holding pads with Coach Yogi, and Coach Bobby himself said he noticed that my hands gotten faster.
Gotten faster.
No way.
Nice.
Coach Bobby said, I call him right now.
No way.
Coach Bobby said that.
Coach Bobby said that.
He said he noticed.
In here.
Yeah.
Coach Bobby Rimmer.
Coach Bobby Rimmer said that.
From the UK. Coach Bobby from the UK said that your hands got faster.
Coach Bobby from Manchester said that my hands got faster.
If Coach Bobby from Manchester said that, I believe it.
No, Coach Bobby don't lie.
If Coach Bobby said that, I believe it.
Coach Bobby, he won't lie about that.
He's never lied to me.
No, Coach Bobby, he'll tell me when I'm doing shit. He's like, man, that was shit. But he saw me, because look, this is really hard for boxing coaches to work with another boxing coach, right? So Coach Bobby, he had to go and work in Saudi Arabia. So I hired Coach Yogi. Mm-hmm. And Coach Yogi is a great coach. Coach Bobby's a great coach. But what am I supposed to do if my coach is, you know, training in another country? What am I supposed to do? So, right? So I started training Coach Yogi, and he got my hands faster. And now I'm 46 years old with hand speed now. I'll go out there and show you later.
I don't want to see it. I've seen you. You're fast.
I would love to see it.
I don't want to see it. You got to stop doing that.
Fast.
You can't.
You're the one that fucking said it.
I didn't say anything.
Now, both of y'all talking shit about, you said, I'm gonna tell you what you just said.
Yeah.
You said we all, you know.
Yeah, with age, we all lose who we were.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I think I'm
not the same. I'm not the same fighter as I was when I was 28 years old or 32 years old. Like,
yeah, you're more ripped.
A fighter, right? But
you're more ripped. You're more jacked and more faster.
Hey, but
I'm not faster.
What do you mean?
No way. I mean, I'm not training speed, and like you lose abilities as you get older. You really do, man.
No, but I heard NADs can help with that.
You have an STD?
No, NAD plus.
NAD. I heard about NAD.
What is that? A peptide?
I've been hearing about. I'm thinking about starting it. I heard
NAD?
it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of supplements you can take to help boost your natural levels in NAD.
Yeah, and it's more natural, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So Danny Ige, TJ, what did you see from Danny Ige? Because I saw a lot from him. I saw his hands are better. He stands. One thing I was gonna say is Eric Nixick talked about Danny Ige's power, how he'll stand right in front of you and bang.
Yeah.
I don't think Danny Ige's losing any power. I don't think he has anything like right there. Wayne.
No one ever said he did.
Wayne, no. I was talking about Wayne. Reverse it.
Right. No one said anything.
No,
about
because they were talking about the power when he faced Diego. That was one of the things. Like, did he have enough power to knock out Diego?
Yeah,
and of course he does.
Yeah.
And right here, he just stands right there. His head placement. TJ, you kept screaming during the fight, "Don't watch your work," because this guy kept moving his head off the line every time he threw punches.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to everything TJ says. One of the smartest dudes I've ever heard talk about fighting. My favorite guy to literally watch UFC fights with and talk about fighting with. And TJ,
he did great, man. He looked good. He did the job. He was winning rounds, even though like people were saying it got finished a little early. It wouldn't have mattered. He was already up 2-0 on the scorecards. He looked structured. He looked good. He was well-rounded. Like, he put everything together. He's going to continue to climb the ranks. And we're going to see Dan Ige in the spotlight further and further as we go.
What about Eric Nixick? We saw a lot of controversy with him and Sean Strickland in the last fight. It seemed like he did a phenomenal job this coaching camp.
I mean, I think that was all on Strickland. You know, like Strickland wasn't listening in the fight. So, I mean, I think Nixick's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. He's training fighters. He's got a lot of fighters, and he can't give solely just focus to one guy, you know? So, he's doing his job, man. He's doing a great job. He's got a room full of killers.
What do you think? You agree?
I agree 100%.
Yeah. I think one thing I do like about Eric Nixick is even though he has a huge gym, a massive gym filled with like 100 fighters, and they're all elite, he's so personable. He creates such a good relationship with each fighter. I feel like that is so important. I saw Coach Yogi really kind of he's not a dad to you, but I saw him try to be as much of a guide as he could towards your camp when it comes to time and keeping you positive and motivated. I feel like that's so important.
Yeah.
TJ does all the time. Whenever I'm talking about food or diet, when the cameras are off, he's like, yo, you got to get sleep. You got to do this. It's important to have people around you that keep your head focused and not say, let's go do the wrong things, because you can get distracted.
You've been training Bear a little bit. How would he have done as a fighter, as an MMA fighter with the, you know, how
he doesn't have very much discipline, you know. He doesn't have very much discipline, but he's got
me a fight.
But he has insane work ethic. Like, this motherfucker, I've never seen one work as much as this guy. Like, that's why I'm telling you he needs to sleep. He don't sleep. He's constantly building new brands. He's building this brand. He's building this podcast. Like, I'm an entrepreneur now, and it's a shit ton of work, and he's doing it times 4. So the way that I was in a fight camp, like, I was very dedicated and worked my ass off, and now I'm doing it again with this brand. Bro, he blows it out of the water. Also,
in your words, he would never make it as an MMA fighter.
Shut up when you're talking to me. Don't ever say that about me. You're a 2-time world champion. Don't tell me I can't be a champion. TJ already did that one time. Now you want to do it?
I'm just going off what TJ said.
Don't go off anybody. Oh, you want to go off on TJ?
I'm just going off of what he said.
And then why don't you make up your own opinion and be a man?
Nah, he the one been training you. I didn't train you.
Why don't you be a man and make your own opinion? What do you think?
I'm asking TJ.
And give me your personal opinion.
You think he has what it takes to be a UFC fighter?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, TJ, you're high, and I don't know what's in your drink, but it's not Wild Society, because that is one of my favorite protein drinks.
Oh, bro,
and obviously,
it's our new flavor.
you're on DMT. Oh my God.
We just dropped lemon lime. Dude.
I like lemon lime.
Lemon lime, it's so fucking good. I brought it for you boys.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I do like lemon lime. This
Dude,
sounds amazing.
It's fire. It's our new best flavor. Like, by far, it's what I drink. I put like 2 scoops of it in my 64-ounce jug and drink
It's in
it all
every
day long.
Sprouts?
It's in every Sprouts,
love
yep.
this.
Every Sprouts.
Wait, Rampage, you don't think I could fight a UFC? You don't think
I just asked the guy that been training you.
I mean, if you decided to like take everything out of your life and work as hard at being a fighter as you do as an entrepreneur, then yeah, I mean, if there's a possibility.
Like what, in about 10 years? What do you think?
No, he would have had to start like 10 years ago.
10 years
No,
ago.
I could. I'm only 34. I could do it right now.
So 44, by the time you're 44.
No, I think at 35 I could get a fight.
No.
I mean, a smoker at the fairgrounds.
No.
Yeah. That level. Yeah, you got to start at that level.
What weight class would I fight?
But you don't. You don't know how to like wrestle and do jujitsu as well. I just
Says
watch.
who?
I watch Arman tap you out in 10 seconds.
Bro, Arman, I let him have that to boost his confidence. He's dealing with a lot.
You're a good man.
Fight.
You're a good man.
He has
You're
a
a good
fight.
man.
He's
Yeah.
come on.
You're a good
All right,
man.
we got the next fight coming up. Obviously, I have no support from my team over here about me becoming a world champion. We have Dominic Reyes, who is literally a legend. This guy is the nicest guy. I love Dominic Reyes.
Yeah, I like Dominic Reyes.
Yeah.
a lot
Pulled up
too,
on a
yeah.
Ducati or some enduro bike, drove 3 hours to get on the podcast. all heart, super focused. I mean, look at him, laser focused. He got a unique body shape. I will say that. And as a light heavyweight, this guy what?
Anyways,
he got a unique body shape. Why was?
Well, he has a unique body shape for a light heavyweight.
Well, okay, what's unique about his body? Please,
TJ, do you get where I'm going with that?
yeah, he's kind of got narrow shoulders, long neck.
Thank you. You don't see the things we see.
No,
brother.
I don't. I don't
Because
know
you're
why.
looking down low and I'm looking up high. And that's the difference.
Is that
between
right?
you. That's right. That's what's right. Yeah.
Is that a
that's
fact?
That's not a fact.
He looked great in this fight. Super composed. Stood his ground. Let the guy run into the power. Right. Who's he fighting? He's fighting Nikita Krylov.
You never heard of this guy?
I haven't watched this guy. Again, I only watched the fights because of the Jackson podcast.
Yeah, they got me back into watching MMA. Yeah.
But Dominic Reyes looked structured. He looked good. He's rolling out after his punches. His foot's outside the other guy's foot as he's being a southpaw. God damn, I gotta remember this guy's name again. Nikita did. His problem was, bro, he was just rushing in with punches. He wasn't like feinting. He wasn't setting it up with his jab. He would just rush in. And eventually Dominic Reyes took advantage of it and just right down the pipe landed that left cross and knocked him out cold. We know Reyes has got power. He's a all-around athlete. I think he was like a football player or something first, wasn't he?
No, Dominic Reyes, yeah.
He's been through highs and lows, and this guy literally is one of the most positive people I know.
This guy's not going to feint. He's going to rush at him. Right there.
I thought he was going to do the Muay Thai knee.
Clinch?
Right there. Yeah, I thought he was going to do it.
Watch, this guy will rush in on him without setting it up. No feints. Just like runs at him to start landing punches and kind of turns into a brawl. Let me help you out.
This nigga name is Nikita Krylov.
He's crying.
Call him Krylov.
His name is not Krylov.
What the fuck? That's his name, bro.
His name is not Krylov.
Okay, watch. Here it comes. Bang.
Oh.
Yeah. Didn't set it up. Just ran into it, and he's just got great timing, man.
That was a short night. for him.
It's good. That's what you want. Dominic Reyes looked fantastic.
He looked fantastic.
Great fight for him. I'm glad to see him back on top. He's on a good win streak now because we know that fight with him and Jon Jones was close.
Whoa.
Man.
Yeah.
It was close. Yeah. That's
how close, TJ?
I mean, it could have went Dominic Reyes' way. That's how close it
was.
was.
If you was one of the judges in that fight, who you would score it for?
I'd have to go back and watch it again. I'm not going to say that right now.
You're not going to say that right now?
So long ago.
That's very nice of you to
you
be
know
like,
you remember it. Though.
I remember how
nice
impressive Dominic Reyes looked. I mean, Jon Jones has never been challenged like that, I mean, there's a few fights where it was somewhat, but Dominic Reyes could have squeaked it out, from my opinion. When I remember watching it, I'd have to go back and watch it again, though. But the record says Jon Jones won, so it is what it is.
That is.
Can I say something about Jon Jones?
Yeah.
I think everybody needs to chill out about this Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones thing, because I feel like
Why?
Because one thing I've learned from Rampage, and I'll give you credit for this. You cannot talk about fighters and legends with these up and coming guys that haven't done what the fighters that are legends have done. And the things that Jon Jones have done don't allow a fighter of that nature to be able to come up and say, in my opinion, it would be an easy fight, or that's like, I feel like Jon Jones gets to call his own shots. Jon Jones makes stars.
So the reason why someone like that is going to say that is so that he can get the fight.
No, I think Tom Aspinall is an incredible fighter, and I think he is probably one of the only guys in the UFC that could beat Jon Jones, right? But I'm saying, I feel like Jon Jones is getting the short end of the stick where the media makes it seem like he's ducking. Like, what has Jon Jones ever ducked? I guess that's a better way of saying it, because maybe I'm not articulating it correctly. I just feel like this whole thing of Jon Jones ducking Tom Aspinall, like, what's he ducking? The dude's never lost. Like, he's an incredible fighter.
Aspinall never lost either.
I understand, but Jon Jones is the greatest UFC fighter.
No one's saying everyone just wants to see him fight the best.
So is it just media giving this perception that he's ducking, or do you feel like he's actually ducking?
I mean, I think he came out and said it's like he knows that that's the toughest fight, right? And
is that considered ducking?
Well, if you don't take it and that is the toughest fight and you are the champion of the weight class, I mean,
okay,
like
no controversy, not being funny. I'm not trying to make it like, oh, is Jon Jones ducking? But do you think Jon Jones should take this fight, and let's do this in a good way so we don't cause the internet to go crazy? 45-70.
As a fan of the sport,
yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
As a fan of Jon Jones, because I'm a massive fan of Jon Jones, I would love to see him take that fight to continue to cement his legacy of being the greatest of all time through so many generations. Because I think he could beat Tom Aspinall. Yes, is it a scary fight? It is, but I think he gets the win and go out there and fucking prove that you are the guy that everyone says you are. Because he is. He's the greatest. For another generation. You know what I mean? Like, and also for a heavier weight class, and a guy against Tom Aspinall would be so dope.
I understand what Jon Jones is talking about. I think because he said he was going to retire after his last fight, and Dana White talked him and stand to fight Aspinall, and he said, "All right, just pay me what I want."
Yeah,
simple as that. It's business to him because he's done everything he wanted to do in the sport, right? I think that's what it is. I don't see him ducking the guy because he's like,
trying to get paid.
He's just trying to get paid.
That's what I'm saying. So that's a great way of saying it, Rampage. Thank you for articulating that. So this is a business transaction that Jon Jones wants to make sure goes in his favor before he just takes a fight.
Well, because it is a risk of him.
It's a massive risk.
It's a massive risk.
Yeah.
So why not get paid what you want to get paid? But his asking price is crazy as fuck. What did he say? 50 mil?
30 mil.
Oh, 30 mil.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Oh. No, this is like one of those candy ones. You see when you get the fat one like that? That's like the candy.
Have you ever had those? It's the most insane protein snack of all time.
I don't want to break fast.
Rampage, he's doing the whole thing, not eating till 5. Rampage, I like the way you put that. One thing I was going to ask you is, do you believe that fighters should be able to not dictate their fights, but do you believe that it should be like a schedule, kind of like NBA or MLB? Like everybody should play everybody and then the best just stay? Do you feel like they should redo the ranking system and the way? Yeah, like a tournament, but not a tournament in terms of it's a tournament, but that's just how the fights get picked. It should always be like 7 plays 8, 6 plays 5.
With them changing the ranking system,
yes.
Right? Because now it's not off of the media and what people think and what people believe and how hyped someone is, and it's going off of like, it's like AI generated, like how you've done in your fight. That way, yes, it'd be sick. 1 fights 2, right? 3 fights 4.
Yeah.
Right? And once that one beats, and then the champion fights that. Like, yes. That
like an Ironman. Like it just keeps going.
So it's all set. So you can't duck in about it.
Yeah. Do you believe that that's how it should be?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
But you have said multiple times on the podcast, sometimes the ranking system confuses you.
Yeah. Because not only because when I was fighting, I wasn't worried about the ranking system because you got to think about it. When I was fighting in Pride, you could be number 1, but you number 1 in Pride over there, and then it was a number 1 in the UFC at the same time. So it was just different. So I never focused on the ranking systems and stuff like that. So it's just all new to me.
Got it. Makes sense. All right, next we have a very, very unique fight. This fight had so much hype going into it. Good friend of the Jackson podcast, Bryce Mitchell, and then we also had Gene Silva, one of the nerds, and these guys are dogs. I mean, one thing I will say, they put on an amazing pre-fight press tour. They had everybody so excited about this fight. I feel like the nerds are taking over the MMA game though right now.
They're 18-0 in the UFC right now.
That's incredible, dude.
They're 18-0?
18-0.
The nerds?
Yeah.
Kaio is just killing it.
I'm going to say something. You know, I like those guys and everything, but if I'm going to be honest, with all due respect, I didn't like the way Silva handled the press tour this time. I didn't like his approach. Because I felt like he was pushing the issue a little bit too much on how crazy Bryce Mitchell talked. Everybody know he talks like that, but for me, it just wasn't believable that he was really offended by what Bryce Mitchell was saying. He was just
building hype.
He was just building hype, but I just saw right through it.
Yeah,
I mean that was, I think, Silva's first time trying to be that character for the UFC, and I felt he was trying to do a good job. I do agree with you though that Bryce is the same no matter who he's fighting. So sometimes I think maybe that gets picked up a little bit too much because they know it's a good headline. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, because
that's a great take actually.
Yeah, because I like selling fights, but you find something that you really don't like about the guy.
Make it organic.
You make it, you make it organic. You make it real. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
Oh, is that how you used to do it?
Yeah, I talk about the stuff I didn't really like about the guy. I wouldn't go and make up stuff.
Was anything off limits?
With me, yeah, it is some stuff off limits.
Like what?
Like personal life, like the family and kids and stuff.
When did you decide?
So if he had an ugly kid, I'd leave that out.
Oh my God! When did you decide to break that rule with King Mo?
Fuck King Mo.
Yeah, but you talk about his girl and stuff, right?
Well, that's not his family. He didn't marry her.
And that's how he really feels. He's being organic about it.
I was being organic about it.
And what were you saying?
I was going to fuck his
baby
baby
his
mama.
guillotine was tight. This was a tight guillotine.
Nice transition, TJ.
Well, we're here to talk about the fucking fight.
Yeah, keep going, TJ.
Gene Silva looks awesome. He looked great. I knew that he was going to win this fight. Obviously, he was a massive favorite anyways. I really believe that Bryce Mitchell really needs to start doing strength conditioning. He just does not look strong enough for the weight class. Like his punches aren't effective enough to keep someone away. Like he had kept throwing like these oblique kicks and push kicks to try to keep his distance because you could tell he was a little bit afraid of Gene's power, which he should have been. He just doesn't look strong enough. He needs to do some more strength conditioning, eat more of them eggs he's talking about all the time, and really start putting on some, this was close. this like reverse rear naked choke, which he eventually got him with, but he almost got it right here in this round as well.
Yeah, why you think Bryce kept fighting him that way when he knew that Silva was going for the choke? I would have
because he was desperate not to get punched on his feet. Like he's not a striker. Bryce Mitchell isn't like a deadly striker, right? Like he's more of a tricky grappler and a grinder. He's not gonna he's not gonna start you with one punch, and Gene Silva can do that. And so in the back of Bryce Mitchell's head, he's like, I got to get him to the ground. So he's diving in on those shots.
Okay, so Gene Silva, he's a great striker.
Yeah.
But where is he better at, striking or on the ground? Because his jiu-jitsu look phenomenal.
Well, his jiu-jitsu is great as well too. But again, so Gene doesn't have holes. Bryce does, right? So Bryce knows his chances are very limited on his feet to win. So you might as well take the chance to get the fight to where you are better, right? Because if like there's not much of a chance of you winning on your feet, even though Gene Silva's good on the ground, take him down. You know,
right. But why would he keep trying to take him down with his head to the outside though? After he was almost getting
his head was in the inside.
No, his head was on the outside.
So head outside's guillotine, right?
Right.
The head inside's when he goes for that reverse rear naked choke.
Oh, so
it's almost like you're going like a Darce with no arm. Right, so his head was here actually.
Yeah.
Right, so when the head's inside and he pushes it here, that's when you go for this choke. If his head's outside, that's when he goes for the guillotine.
Oh, okay.
So when you see the finish, his head's actually inside.
Oh, okay. I thought the last one I saw he was doing a double-legged hit.
I mean, you just need to keep his head up if he's going to go for that. But he was going for a shot, right?
Yeah.
So
you got to do a blast double or something. But that's
again, I don't think he's strong enough. I think he needs to be a little bit stronger. Like if I was going to like break Bryce Mitchell down on technique wise, obviously would love to be get better at striking, but that doesn't just happen overnight. But before his next fight, he could get a lot stronger.
If you wanted to take Gene Silva down, what takedown would you have?
I'd probably go like high crotch, like head. I would go head outside, but I'd keep my head high. I wouldn't keep. So the only way a guillotine works is you're keeping your head low. So I would throw. Look, he's standing in his orthodox stance. I would throw a right hand. I would roll underneath into my southpaw stance. I'd catch a high crotch. And then I'd go to the body.
TJ, real quick, because the audience loves when we do this. Can you show me that?
Yeah.
Pause it.
So the way that he's standing, right?
So, Rampage, you want to narrate for the audience?
No, I don't. No, I do not.
Hey, Rampage, you want to
I'll talk. You're good. So he's in his orthodox stance, right? The way that he... So these fighters, they do a good job of keeping their weight on their back foot, right? They're not ever like leaning too far forward. They're back here. But that does make their front leg a little more susceptible, but they're going to throw power, right? So what I would do with a guy standing like Bear is right now, I would throw my right hand here, and just like you do a boxing roll, I would roll out, but I would step southpaw deeper, and I would catch this high crotch here, boom, right? So turn this way.
Yeah.
Turn this way, right, so they can see.
Yep.
So I hit this right here, I'm going to step in here. So a guy can go guillotine if my head's down, right?
Right.
But as soon as if he goes through shot, look where my head comes up. Yeah. And now I'm reaching that seatbelt here. And then I'm slamming it on the head. Then I'm kicking him. You know?
Pride stomping.
Yeah.
Oh, he's strong as fuck.
Strong.
Huh?
Oh my God.
Man, bro, he lifts you like a bag of chips.
Oh my God, he broke my hand.
No,
Oh,
you all right?
Yeah.
Broken.
Hey, why you even believe it? Why you believe in
my
it?
God.
Why'd that happen? You put your hand down?
Yeah, it broke.
No, shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
it's broken.
No.
Yeah.
Why you believe in him?
Oh no, it's really broken. No, the bone came out.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
See how he has a heart? Killashaw's gone. TJ's back. He has a heart. You see that?
No, he just ain't been around you long enough. He comes down here, do this shit, and he gets the fuck away from around.
I love being down here.
No, he hung out with us all weekend.
You miss it down here in Orange County?
Yes and no. I miss this, right? I miss like the camaraderie, the guys, and being in the gym. I miss that. I like Northern California lifestyle better. It's green. I live on there's 280 acres of shared land I have. I have fishing ponds.
You living on 200 some acres?
Well, I have an acre, but our HOA's got 280 acres, right? And there's like 3 fishing ponds up there. It's a different lifestyle. My son gets to live in like a smaller community to where you know everyone's families. And when I lived in Yorba Linda, it really wasn't that way, you know?
Yeah.
So I love the lifestyle of Northern California. But for being like an entrepreneur and for relationships, down here is just a lot better for that.
Just come down more often.
I know.
We are.
We're figuring it out.
Starting May, so the audience knows we're really going to be focused on some of the most insane podcasts. We're going to be trying to do 2 or 3 a week, but we're really going to be focused on this Jackson Behind the Brand show. I really haven't talked about it too much during the show. Make sure you guys go check out our new YouTube page, Jackson Behind the Brand. And it's an entire show that we're releasing 15-minute episodes twice a week that show you guys training, moto, skate. It shows you the building of the brand, our new JX1s, our chains, our sets, Rampage's training, TJ doing, coaching, Coach Perillo, Coach Yogi, even some of the stuff with our Santo Studio brand and our launch in Nordstrom. And the whole concept of this is to really bring the community together, but it's the fighters. Like, bro, on Saturday, we had 15 of us at my crib and my family. Like, we love doing this, but we also love just, hanging out and causing chaos. I mean, we took a golf cart to a bar. We filled it up.
Ran red lights.
Ran every red light to the bar so we didn't miss a fight. We pulled up, and you would have thought the bar saw Michael Jackson. When TJ Dillashaw walked in, I told everybody, I go, we're so dumb. We could have charged this bar $10K to show up tonight.
Yeah.
Because TJ walked in, and the place erupted like a volcano on an island in the middle of the Galapagos. I've never seen that many people scream.
Wow.
It was insane.
Wow. Yeah, you could.
Yeah. And they all kept saying, "Where's Rampage? Where's Rampage?" No, they did. They did. And
we should have dropped the song last night. You should have put it on, dude.
Oh, bro, they were going nuts.
Bro, I love your song.
Wait, can I just tell you something real quick? I swear, my mom, I'm not lying. At SC Village this weekend, I brought Tarzan to bring the snake, and my mom's deathly scared of snakes. So I told my mom, I got a surprise for you, and we brought the biggest anaconda we could get, and we put it on her, and we said, "Congrats," because she dropped like 20 pounds. She's getting healthy, Newport life, and everybody, every single kid at our paintball park, it's the #1 paintball and airsoft park in the world, SC Village in Chino, kept saying, "I watched the Jackson podcast and I love Rampage's song."
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they all kept saying that. And one of the cars, it was like a stolen truck was playing that song, 4570, leaving the paintball park.
A stolen truck?
Yeah, it was like a crazy kid. He like stole a truck and he was playing your song.
How'd you know it was stolen?
Well, I don't know. He just was driving like he stole it.
No, that's great.
But he was going nuts.
Let's get back into this fight.
I'm being honest though. Your song's phenomenal.
I don't believe it, but
I can't
Gene
wait.
Silva looked fucking awesome. Great fight from him. Bryce Mitchell looked a little bit scared and out of place. I would love to see him get stronger. For the weight class, if he's going to stay at 45s, get stronger or go to 35s. I don't know what he walks around at, but he looks a lot smaller. He needs some more muscle mass. He needs to be a little bit more powerful.
I see what you're saying now because he took one punch and got dropped from that. I see the physicality is just not there.
Yeah. Yeah, just look how, Gene's pretty big though too, but like
he's a big 45er.
Yeah, yeah. Just look at the body frame difference. Mitchell's got these skinny little legs.
Damn.
They're not like real solid, right?
Damn, TJ, you gotta say with all due respect.
Okay, with all due respect,
You're gonna cause problems for yourself, TJ.
I'm actually trying to help the guy out.
Okay.
I want him to get bigger. I want him to get stronger. I think he's got a personality that draws good or bad attention, and it's going to be. A lot of people want to watch this fight, right? See how his head's down?
Yeah,
He's shooting in shots with his head down.
he's a good wrestler though. Look like.
So watch, there it goes. See the head inside? Go back just 10 seconds.
Oh,
So the choke happened from the head. It was outside, and then he put his head inside, and that's where he gets that like the reverse rear naked choke. You see that?
but his head was high too though.
It was high, but he stuffed it down. So you got to put your head if someone's stuffing your head down, put it into their face.
Wow, that choke looked tight.
It was. He's out.
What do you think about Bryce Mitchell striking though? What do you think about his game? Like, does he have a nice all around game, or what do you think
He could get better at striking.
besides weight?
I know, like technique wise, he can put a little more power generated into his punches and put his feet down. Some people aren't built to strike, but I think if he did get a little more powerful and threaten when someone comes in, instead of having to do the oblique kicks and the push kicks and be able to threaten with your hands, it would make him a lot better of a fighter.
What about the nerds, Rampage? I know you like Kyle because he was on the pod. He's a good guy. What do you think he's doing with this camp that's making everybody win? You think it's their energy? You think it's the way they train? Anything special you see from them?
I guarantee you, they're training like next level shit. Those guys really are some nerds. You see? Did you see how quick Gene Silva wrapped up that damn choke? So you saw it. Just the technique. He did it like he's done it a million times. It was just like walking to him. You know what I'm saying? Those guys on next.
They're well rounded.
Yeah.
They have a great gym where they're all pushing each other and they're riding this wave of success. Like I remember being at Alpha Male when Dwayne came and started coaching us. We went on a killer run just like these guys, like undefeated in the UFC. All of us wrestlers were learning how to strike, knocking everyone out, and like you ride that high. And when your buddy's winning and they're looking awesome in there, it gives you more confidence. And the more confidence you have, the better you're going to be.
Yeah,
I think they're riding this wave right now.
Is there something about having a team that has multiple fighters in different weight classes rather than a team that's filled with all the same weight class?
It's both to have, I loved it at Alpha Male. We had a bunch of guys in the same weight classes. Obviously you might have the chance of fighting each other, but you have the best training partners in the world pushing you. You know what I mean? Like that's how I got as good as I did so fast. Is because I was fighting number 2, number 3 in the world at my weight class every day. I wasn't going against like low level fighters trying to make it. I was going against the best in the world. You know, and if you're trying to keep up with the best in the world, you become the best in the world.
You didn't have any heavyweights on your team?
No, we're alpha male. We're all 155 and below.
Why?
That's just because we all got attracted to each other to start training with each other. It was a bunch of wrestlers too. And then, you know, they have some bigger guys now, but not like any heavyweights or anything.
You guys were sizist.
Yeah, we were sizist. Yeah. Well, just like big guys wouldn't come up there and come train with us little guys. It's like Mark Munoz used to train there because he was a UC Davis wrestler, and so was Uriah. So he used to train up there, but he had to move because there wasn't enough bigger guys for him to train with. What?
So you saying you kicked him out when he got bigger?
I wasn't even there yet. Mark Munoz was there before me. Mark Munoz is the one that sent me there.
Oh, okay.
So he was my.
Mark Munoz is my boy. Don't.
He's the best. He's the best human being in the world.
Yeah, one of the greatest guys ever.
He was my wrestling coach down here at Cal State Fullerton. He was in the UFC at the time, and I graduated, and I didn't feel like I was done competing. And he's the one that had me like. I dropped out of grad school because of Mark Munoz talking me into be a fighter. I met Uriah Faber at one of his wrestling camps, and he's like, "Bro, you're a very intense, mean wrestler. I think you'd be a great fighter. You should give this thing a shot."
Oh, okay.
Like, say nothing less. I dropped out of school, moved to Sacramento, and never looked back.
Oh, okay. Cause I thought you were gonna say y'all kicked him out when he gained weight and they left the weight class.
No, dude.
Oh, okay.
No. The Filipino wrecking machino.
Yeah.
TJ, I want you to talk to me about a comment you made when we were watching the fight at the bar. Someone brought up to you Bellator and UFC, you know, Bellator, PFL, all these concepts of like who is really the best in the world and fighting the best in the world. And this is kind of solidifying that.
Bellator is the best. You heard it?
Excuse me. I sneezed.
Okay, so I guess the easiest way to say this is, would you rather have a light heavyweight belt 2-time in Bellator or UFC?
UFC.
Would you rather have a light heavyweight or a featherweight belt in UFC or Bellator?
For sure the UFC.
Okay,
There's
so
no question.
I think the debate's solved.
Yeah.
The
That's how you do it.
Bellator belts look better though.
Oh God, this guy wants a fashion show. You want a fashion show? We'll go to Santo Studio. You could design some jeans.
Yeah. All right, let me do that.
No. Okay. So,
fuck off.
I'm kidding. Of course you can, dude. We're gonna go buy all kinds of crazy materials. I know what you like: cashmere, silks, suedes.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Wear some silk.
No. He's full of shit. He's been promising me my own jeans for a while, and I get to design my own jeans.
It's coming. We just started.
I don't know. I don't think you should change anything. I fucking love these jeans.
Yeah, but I like them.
Only jeans I wear.
They're sick, but I want more pockets and stuff on mine.
Hey,
like
Wayne,
pockets.
ask Loco to ask Arman if he wants to come in here real quick. So basically, we have Yair, who's number 5. You have Patricio Pitbull, who's coming over from the big PFL Bellator kind of like crossover.
He's the biggest Bellator champion over there.
Yeah, without a doubt.
No, AJ McKee is.
Well, no, AJ McKee is amazing, but as the what you've done in the sport. Like Pitbull had done the most.
AJ McKee kicked the shit out of him. Though.
Who I think would be fantastic in the UFC from Bellator is the 35-pound champ. God damn it, I know his name. Juan beat him for the belt originally. He trains out in Vegas. I'm drawing a blank. I'll come up with his name later.
Pitbull's little brother.
It's not his little brother. He trains with Shields and stuff. God damn it, he's great. I think he'd be awesome in the UFC at 35s. I hope Aaron Pico just got signed. Aaron Pico's going to make some big waves.
Aaron Pico's a dog.
Aaron Pico got signed to the UFC?
He just got signed to UFC. They're going to give him someone good.
He's going to make some waves.
Bro, he got some of the best body shots I've seen in MMA.
Oh, bro, when he came in, he was the most anticipated, most talked about fighter. I remember seeing him at Ruka. That kid I thought could have been the biggest star, but PFL and Bellator don't know obviously how to manage talent.
They just don't have, the promotion's not the same. You never could be as big a star in Bellator. It's impossible. Hey, Loco, can you find out who's the champion of 135s for me at Bellator, please? But Aaron Pico's going to come in and he's going to make some waves, dude. He's going to make serious waves. He has a real chance to push for a belt. I've trained with a lot of guys, and Aaron Pico's the hardest guy I've ever. Him and Juan Archuleta, I've never worked with anyone that worked harder than those guys. And Pico is talented, bro. He's going to make some serious waves in here.
Yeah, I'm excited
but
to see
Pitbull coming into the UFC, it was kind of like I don't know, man. It's probably a lot of pressure, right? Like making a name, like you have a whole. Oh, it's not Loco. Sorry,
it's
about
Wayne.
that. Wayne, my bad.
I didn't want to correct you on the pod.
Yeah. He just has a lot of weight on his shoulders. He's carrying a whole promotion behind him of like making a statement in the UFC now, and like that's a lot of pressure. This fight, we'll talk about it, but
I'm gonna tell you, it's real. The UFC jitters is a real thing.
Well, because the promotion is night and day different. I remember when I went to my first Bellator fight, and it felt like a fairgrounds fight. You know what I mean? It felt like a real amateur level fight because I've always only used to the UFC, right? Like I never been to a big promotion fight other than the UFC because I went straight from.
You went straight from amateur to the UFC?
Yeah.
How many amateur fights?
Oh no, I only had 2 amateur fights. I had 4 pro fights and then got on Ultimate Fighter. So I went straight from Ultimate Fighter to UFC. Obviously, I'd never been in any. And then I went to a Bellator fight for Juan. And I was like, bro, I expected more. You know, I expected it to be as high level, and it was like the production was never near as close. I can't read that. Who's the champ? Current bantamweight champ.
Khurshid Kashkanov.
No.
Bless you.
Okay, so right now we're jumping right back into it. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. But during the fight, we were watching these amazing commercials, and it's like
love it.
It's like a multi-million-dollar pool. There's like a look at the alarm/remote system built into the Rock. Rampage
So
is
you can control the temperature in the jets.
Yeah.
Rampage. The fact that you're able at this stage of your life to go in a hot tub solo with no girls and have your coach feed you grapes while you're on an iPhone 16 Plus, like, bro, you have won at life, just so you know.
Sure.
Just want to make that very clear.
Why you always trying to troll me for having fun? I'm on Kick now.
Brother,
I'm streaming on Kick.
Where
I'm connecting with the fans.
Where's he streaming on Kick? What is it?
It's Rampage Jackson.
Oh, I thought it was Rampage and Thor. Wait, you're doing a solo page or a couple page?
Oh, you saw what he said in the
Why
beginning
you laughing at
You
him?
saw what he said in the beginning of the pod. So he's trying to reverse the sus roles. You see it? You see it, TJ?
I see it, yeah.
You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Brother, there's no one on
He
planet
said,
Earth.
don't talk about me being...
Yeah.
You know, and I was trying-
I hate when you... Oh, my God, who is that girl?
Whoa, hello.
Whoa, who is that girl? Looks like she just robbed a Hot Topic with all that metal on her clothes. Oh, what are you doing in there? Oh, you're... Oh,
She needs to be waving some palm leaves.
Wait, before we talk about Pitbull and Yair, you have a hot tub in your backyard and all these girls just feed you grapes. Like, that's a real thing? I thought you were kidding. This is real?
Hey, should I have a bunch of dudes feeding me grapes?
Oh, there's multiple girls there. Who's the Asian chick? Bro, you just have like a Latina Asian. It's like a whole like international
buffet.
all-you-could-eat buffet. It's like the Olympics, but for hot women. And you do this regularly. Is this like...
I'm streaming as soon as we end this podcast. I'm gonna start my stream up.
What are you going to do?
I got a couple of things. I got to take my dad to the eye doctor. Sometimes it's like following me around. I got
Yeah, real life stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you get the Apollo Creed robe?
I had that rope for years. I can't find the rope though.
Oh, so you just let your thing hang?
I wasn't naked.
Oh, what's underneath the robe? You don't get naked with girls? You're that type of guy? What do? You
Damn,
like leave your
Gizmo's
clothes
the
on?
best, bro.
I know Gizmo DM'd Cleo Roundtree's wife.
That's
Yeah. Wait, is Modelo your favorite beer?
I like Modelo.
Really?
Japanese beer is my favorite.
What is Japanese beer?
Kirin Ichiban is my favorite.
You want a Kirin whose bun?
Kirin Ichiban.
Oh, you got
That-
barstool tables, bro.
that's
Is
my
this
Taco
like an
Tuesday.
MTV Cribs walk?
Your house
that's
looks
my
sick.
Bro, his
oh,
house looks like literally a.
That's my
I
Taco
love the
Tuesday.
kitchen. The kitchen's dope.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yeah, kitchen's
Hey,
dope.
honestly,
that's
you're doing
my
phenomenal.
Taco Tuesday restaurant.
Yeah, Rampage has a stylist who's also a contractor. His name's Stratos. He dresses like
Oh,
He's not my fucking stylist.
He dresses like he's in Guns N' Roses. The guy literally walks around like he's literally the lead singer of the Motley Crue.
Nick, why do I put up with this shit, bro?
Hey, have you seen his stylist? His boots he wears are like vintage combat boots.
They're like
Then
skin-tight
he
jeans.
cuts his AC/DC t-shirt all the way to his belly button.
We got to go visit Stratos.
Oh, bro, this guy's crazy the way he dresses. It's honestly unique. Oh, your dad's a good dude. All right, let's get back to this. Yair and Patricio Pitbull. That's cool that you put your dad in there. Your dad
Man,
must love
so
that.
again, Pitbull
I like
had a
that.
lot of pressure on his back. He's carrying like all of Bellator, right? Like because he's a decorated Bellator champion. He's got a lot of pressure on him. You can tell he kind of fought that way, man. He should have brought the fight to Yair rather than staying in Yair's distance. Yair's a very dangerous fighter. He's very good. And Pitbull stayed in the distance to where Yair could do his thing, right? He could throw his kicks. He could do his setups. And you've seen him catch him with some kicks and stuff. The only kind of glimpses of greatness you've seen from Pitbull is when he took the fight to him. You got to smother him. Like, he could have smothered him on top. He could have kept the pressure going forward to take the kicks away. Like, you got to make it a dogfight. If you make it too technical, Yair's going to piece you up. And that's what he did, man. His kicks looked great. Yair looked fantastic. And it was kind of like, just welcome to the UFC, right? Like, we didn't give you an easy fight. Look at that kick. That
was a
jab
nice
kick
setup.
was sick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Switched his stance, came in through the same side kick with punch. Caught him perfectly, man.
I was saying the same shit on the stream. He's a Pitbull, the shorter guy. You got to get in
You
close.
got it. Yeah, you got to go. Yeah. Right, and he's got power, bro. He's got power in his hands. So close the distance, make it a little bit more of a brawl, and because you've seen a couple sick left hooks that Pitbull threw in this fight that were so close to putting out his lights if they would have landed.
But this is my thing. Pitbull is almost always the shorter guy, right?
Yeah.
So he knows this. Why you think he didn't do that this fight though?
Because he's gotten away with it in the lower level league.
Wow,
Wow,
TJ.
TJ.
Wow, TJ.
Low blow again from TJ. Seems like this is a recurring thing, Rampage.
No, bro, he's good. Pitbull's fantastic. I'm pumped he's in the UFC, bro. He's a great fighter. I just wish he would have taken the fight to him.
I'd hate to see when you're not pumped at
TJ,
someone.
I'm a little bit offended by that because, I was the first one to go over there to Bellator. I was over there for a while.
Yeah, I know, but you were UFC champion.
Brother, you already had done. You got to stop comparing yourself to everybody. All joking aside, you were the first Conor McGregor. You were the first guy to go out there and put on a brand, be a show.
I was Conor McNigger.
And
Say it
if
right.
you would have been like now,
Oh
like,
my
dude,
God.
you'd
He'd be
been
a trillionaire.
superstar,
Trillionaire.
insane.
You'd be a hybrid between Will Smith, Michael B. Jordan, and Denzel.
Hey, I got an idea, Bear.
Yeah.
Let me borrow $1 billion so I can clone myself.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds
Yeah.
great. And what that clone gonna do? Run around eating
Be a
Baja
world-
fish
be a
tacos
world
in Orange
champ-
County?
be a world
Jesus
champion.
Christ, dude.
You're
Yeah.
world champion.
Yeah, bro.
Great fight though, man. They looked awesome. I think it's just I think it's the pressure of the whole promotion weighing on Pitbull's back that maybe like could have second guessed pushing the pace. I don't know. But he's a great fighter. I'm excited to see him in the cage with the UFC.
Is there something about Pitbull's style that you feel will be very unique to him in the UFC? I kept hearing people talk during the fight, Joe Rogan and DC, and I keep hearing people talk about his striking or his jiu-jitsu or the way he stands in front of people.
Very well rounded, and he has some serious power in his hands. So yeah.
But do you feel like, obviously he probably got a 2, 3, 4 fight deal to come over, and I'm sure he's got a few more cracks at this, and he's a phenomenal fighter. He's
Now
a
that he's got
champion.
it out of his system, the UFC jitters maybe, and like the promotion's real, man. When you walk in and you see the difference, it's a real thing. So I think this is going to be a better fight next time. I think he's going to make a statement.
Who would you like to see him fight next, though?
It's a great question. 45 is stacked, man. Give him an up-and-comer right now, right? Give him someone that can go out there and like make a statement and flatline someone.
I bet they won't, though. I bet they're gonna give him somebody super tough and get him out of there. I know how the UFC think. They want to embarrass Bellator that he can't.
No, he's a
Bellator.
UFC guy now.
You
Came
think
in
so?
there,
I think
he
they
did his
want-
thing.
yeah.
He did his thing.
I don't believe that.
No, Dana White, dude, is a very smart man. He does not want to bring someone over just to embarrass him. He wants more champions, more exciting fights.
What do he do to James Toney? To bring a box over. That's what he does.
Yeah, but who else are you going to have James
Come on.
Toney fight? It's kind of
like
like he's not
CM
going to stick
Punk.
around, so you might as well give him the top to the top.
You're talking about like a
and
CM
that's
Punk
also
thing.
boxing versus MMA. It's not MMA versus
10 years
MMA.
ago, brother.
Oh, okay.
10
You
years
got a
ago.
point.
I
You
know
got a
you're
point
wearing your
right
True
there.
Religion
No.
jeans from the 90s, but let's talk about modern day promotions.
No, I'm just saying the mentality of the promotion. Like they want to show that UFC is the best, right?
Yeah.
That's what they want to
They
show.
should. That's a business decision, dog. That's like me saying this Jackson watch is the best watch I've ever worn.
Amen. Everybody knows the JX1 with the scratch-proof
Bro, I
sapphire
get stopped on
crystal.
this watch all the time.
Do you really get
All the
stopped?
time.
Yeah.
More than any. I
it's
mean,
a
I got
game
nice
changer.
Rolexes and stuff, and I wear those. Anytime I wear this, everyone's like, "Oh, damn, watch is sick."
Not
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
a plug right now, but I will say something. The face of this watch, the way it's set up on your wrist, is one of the best looking watches.
Yeah,
for
I love
men,
it.
without a doubt. Same thing.
Yeah.
Without
I do
doubt.
get a lot of. I ain't gonna lie. I do get a lot of compliments off
Yeah.
this Jackson watch.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of all the girls that follow the Jackson page keep asking if Rampage is single. Ever since he started training for the fight camp, girls love like a guy that's like a father figure and intimidating, and he's a little bit older. They're all into him now, and it's kind of getting a little weird.
Tell him I ain't single, but I'm throwing dick at him. I'll throw some dick at him.
Yeah.
You ain't single?
But yeah, I am single.
But
Let's
you
go
ain't
to the
single.
next fight.
But before we go, one more thing about Yair. Yair Rodriguez is number 5 in the division. He got a big win. Obviously, Patricio Pitbull is not ranked, but we know what type of fighter he is.
Yeah, he should
Does
be
this
ranked.
allow UFC now to move him up in the rankings, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he looked very good against a very tough opponent. So yes, I think
See,
he moves
that's
up.
a very simple way and logical way to explain it. I don't know why they got to make it so complicated with the rankings. All right, let's move into the next fight.
Bro, Paddy and Chandler.
Oh.
I always underestimate Paddy, man. And I got to stop doing it. I picked Chandler. I put Chandler in my parlay. I bet some big money on it because technically, I feel like Chandler's got it put together a little bit crisper. Like Paddy does keep his chin high. And I think I underestimate him because his technique's a little bit awkward, but it's very effective. And
Yeah.
I'm starting to see it, man. I'm like, I got to start putting some stamp behind, legitimacy behind his name because he's getting shit done, man. His leg kicks are heavy. He's big for the weight class. He does have awkward technique. He does keep his chin a little bit too high, but he gets shit done. His timing is sick. That flying knee landed was awesome. I mean, he pieced up Chandler, man.
Yeah.
He really did. He pieced him up. And I think at this point, it's kind of time what's Chandler going to do next? Is it?
Do you think Chandler gets a bad rap for taking these fights, but he puts on exciting fights and whatnot? Do you think it's like, I heard someone say that he fights too much for the fans, right? And it's like, and that will come back. I heard Henry Cejudo say that actually.
I wouldn't say this one he fought too much for the fans, right? He tried to stay in structure. The problem with him is his stance is too wide and he gets that front leg picked apart all the time. And he needs to chain his wrestling in a little bit more and start using that wrestling pedigree that he's got. But that shit makes you tired, right? So, and he's very muscle bound. We know how muscle bound Chandler is, and he's kind of like a Mendez where I think he can kind of gas out because he's got so much muscle on his frame. I don't know, man. I mean, how old's Chandler? He's been around for a while, and he's what, 2 and 4 or 5 in the UFC. Like, it's tough. I love the guy. I've trained with him, and he's a good one. But he's taking a lot of losses, taking a lot of damage, and I'm sure he's made some good money, and he's a good businessman. So maybe it's off to the next thing. I don't know.
Chandler still got that dog in him. I just think that he kind of lost his focus a little bit. He was waiting on Connor for so long.
Yeah,
that can affect you in future fights. You think because think about it, the mentality of it, like, man, I really don't. I want this is not the fight I want, but you know what I'm saying. You still got a job to do.
This is a big profile fight, dude. Like Paddy's a superstar now.
It's like they gave him McGregor in a way. It's like they gave him a big fight.
Yeah, this is a big fight. This was a
but
chance to like prove yourself and maybe take away a lot of the shine from an up and coming guy. Like Paddy's a superstar now.
Paddy's a baddie.
Yeah,
but explain this to me and I'm going to ask this in a serious question. Would a guy like Chandler, who's ranked, but he's obviously the last couple fights, he's not doing so hot, but we know he's a phenomenal fighter. What should the UFC do with him? Should they continuously give him guys so we get more fights that are exciting? Should they shelf him for a little bit? Should they give him some newer guys to get some wins back on the belt? Like, I'm not saying he's done. I'm not saying he should retire. That's not my position.
But I don't know how much longer he's got, right? So if you're the UFC, it's kind of like you probably put in the most exciting fights.
And just get as much as you can out of him?
Probably.
Isn't that that's a weird, not weird, that's a horrible
But if he would have went out and won this fucking fight, he's right back up there. He takes so many fans from Paddy and like continues to, Conor McGregor, where you at? It's like, but now that's all gone, right? Now it's like entertaining fights. I mean, in all honesty, I think.
What about Paddy? Rampage, what you like Paddy?
Paddy's got
I like Paddy. I like Paddy.
Do you think that he has the ability to be as big of a star as Conor McGregor?
I
heard the announcer say, someone said that.
Yeah, he's not going to, there's no way he could get that big. I mean, he doesn't have like, dude, Conor McGregor's got style. He's got like, he's
one of a kind.
Yeah. And like Paddy's like bringing attention, but almost he's kind of a dork, right? Like
who?
Paddy. I mean, he's got a little bit of like, but that's like his thing, right? That's like where he's gotten so popular. He's like, again, he's organic to who he is, right? So I don't think he could ever be as big as McGregor. Obviously.
You just call Paddy the baddie a dork. Man.
He's a little bit of a dork. I think he knows it.
TJ.
Yeah.
Man.
I feel that Paddy's not a dork. I just feel that Paddy's very like.
That was a good scene.
Not
that
American,
flat knee he hit him with, dude, was fucking perfect timing, man.
Bro, he was running around the cage chasing Chandler, and Chandler would throw a few things in there and then just stand in front of him. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't get the
Paddy's good, man. He's good.
Yeah, Chandler didn't back down.
But I want to see our boy Arman shut his mouth.
Oh my God. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
What do you think about all the loud Paddy the Baddie's been talking to Arman about? You feel like Paddy deserves that fight? He's ranked 12. Arman's the number 1 contender. He's basically pound for pound top 10. Top
Arman should get a title
fighter.
fight right now. Right?
Amen.
He got injured and he had to pull out of the fight. I know he didn't want to do it, but he tried battling through some things and get to the fight. Unfortunately, couldn't do it. Right, so he deserves a title fight off the rip. But if he's not going to get the title fight, I do like this fight against Paddy. Even though Paddy's 12, like there's so much attention behind it. You know what I mean? And like there's a ton of attention behind Arman because of like who he is. Like Arman doesn't need to fight. You know what I mean? Like he's
Drives
fighting
around a $400,000 main block.
Yeah, he doesn't have to fight. No. He's fighting because he wants to be a champion.
Yeah.
Right. So he's got a lot of attention. There's a lot of great back and forth between these guys. It's like I think they fight. I think it'd be if Arman doesn't get the title fight right now, he either needs to fight Charles Oliveira or Paddy Pimblett.
How you see that going?
Which one?
Paddy. And
I think Arman's way too strong for him. Arman's a beast, dude. He's big.
TJ actually trained with Arman a few weeks back for the Jackson Behind the Brand show. It's on one of that.
And I was impressed with his hands too. Like he's got good combos and like he's got some tricks up his sleeve. Like, but again, I've always underestimated Paddy every fight. I put money on Chandler to win this one because he was an underdog and I couldn't believe it. But I think Arman is just maybe a little bit too much. But we'll see, man.
What do we think about Chandler and the way like Paddy was kind of controlling him, and we saw Henry Hoof and Robbie Lawler, his corner was sitting there. What do we think about basically Chandler's fighting style in this division right now. I feel like it's the same thing every fight. You were talking this weekend about understanding your fight and knowing where there's things you need to work on, things you need to stop doing. Do you feel like there's something going on with his fighting style that's affecting him besides the muscle and not using his wrestling?
I mean, yeah, he could probably use his wrestling a little bit better, but he's kind of been the same fighter day in and day out. He hasn't really added any new wrinkles, but I don't know. It's kind of hard. I mean, how old is he?
No, he's old. Hey, Wayne, how old is he?
It's kind of hard to change who you are all of a sudden.
No, but this weekend when we were all sitting down, you were talking about fighters and their like IQ, like understanding each fight is different.
Yeah.
And you said something, I forgot what you said, but you were talking about when you're going into a fight like a guy like this, you said it many times in the Diego fight, like you were breaking it down in real time.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you said something about
Chandler versus Paddy is kind of like, Paddy doesn't have like a ton of weaknesses other than I think he keeps his chin high when he throws combos and you catch him in an exchange of combos, right? Not Paddy. I want to see how old Chandler is. Yeah.
I got it, Wayne.
I think that the weight 38. Yeah, he's almost my age. Yeah, so it's tough, man. It's tough to like change who you are towards the end of your career. I think that this is probably like one of the last of Chandler's fights.
I was really shocked at how the fight ended.
Yeah,
how Paddy ended the fight. I thought that if Paddy won, it'd probably be like a close decision.
Yeah, but he pieced him up.
He pieced him up. He took him down at the end.
I think he's. I mean, obviously, we know he cuts a lot of weight and he gets big, but he looks strong, dude. Like his leg kicks do a lot of. I think he's got dense bones.
Who?
Paddy, because the way he throws his leg kicks and how fast they were affecting Chandler, I think he's just dense.
Did you see the video of him going in that gym and beating up that guy he had a feud with?
No,
I saw a clip of it.
Yeah, he walked into some guy's gym. Hey, Wayne, you want to pull that up real quick to show TJ? So Paddy was in an internet beef with some guy who owned a gym or some fighter in the UK, and he walks into this guy's gym and he basically challenges this guy in front of his whole class and crew, and they fight, and then he won't release him after he submits the guy, and the guy's trying to tap him.
Yeah, that was
he wouldn't release it, and then the whole gym jumps in, and it's crazy because Paddy the Baddy was in there going nuts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a bit of a dick move. You got to, even if it's a gym, you mad, you fighting for real, somebody tap out, man. You got to let him go.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't sound like you hurt him though.
Well, I don't know.
But you see, this is let people go.
It's right here.
You can just like hold something and be like, "What's up, bitch?"
Yeah,
like, I
Paddy,
can break your arm right now. You know, but he didn't.
It was Paddy. Look at it. It's right here, guys. So Paddy is in the gym. They're throwing kicks. They're full
And so
sparring.
this guy's been talking shit about him?
I guess they've been going back and forth. And then it's Manchester top team. And then Paddy's in their gym, I believe.
That's awesome that he's went and did this.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, let's just settle this. So they start sparring in front of the whole class.
Because everyone says they're going to do that, right?
I know, that is cool, huh? Just to pull up to some guy's gym and start sparring.
A little gym war.
Takes him down.
Nice
Paddy has good jiu-jitsu, huh?
He does, dude. He's got real good jits. Like throwing up arm bars and triangles and stuff, and controlled Chandler on his back really well.
He's got crazy like pressure, the way he can just keep applying the pace, because everybody kept talking about his cardio. Is he going to be able to have the cardio to basically
He's definitely going to have the cardio, because you see the way that he cuts weight. Like the way that he can go from as big as he gets to how ripped he gets before his fights. That motherfucker's working hard to change that body the way he does. Like he worked his ass off to get there, and he's going to have the cardio.
I think he learned from that because people started calling him Paddy the Fatty.
Yeah. I think he was calling himself Paddy the Fatty.
No, I heard other people calling him that too. I guess he started picking it up. I guess he probably learned from that. I don't think he get as big as he used to.
Maybe not.
Do you feel like it's bad to blow up after a fight that much?
Hell yeah.
That is so bad for you.
You're gonna get diabetes, dude.
I did that to myself too.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem I'm having.
I thought it's better to cut that much weight so then you're fighting at a lower weight class.
No. Not at all. He gains fat. It'd be different if you're putting on. So he's not
look,
letting go of it.
Look, he's still, that's a dick move.
Yeah, he's true.
Look at this. The whole gym runs in.
But he's not unconscious. You know what I mean? It'd be different if he was unconscious and you held on to it longer.
You can't.
You can't talk that much shit.
That's worse.
Yeah, but
it's still a dick move. You can't explain a dick move to somebody that does dick moves.
The guy's online talking shit about you.
Has anybody challenged you in a gym?
Knock him out unconscious, right? But you can't, so you're choking him out and he's tapping out. It's like, fuck you, bitch. You've been talking shit.
Has anybody ever challenged you in a gym?
I mean, yeah, we get challenged all the time.
Who challenged you?
I don't know.
That you knocked out? Anybody you don't like?
No. It's never that I didn't like no one. I liked everyone I trained with.
Anybody ever challenge you in a gym?
Only when you sparring, you get people that you know that you can tell.
Anybody we know?
No.
This is the last fight?
Yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah, man. Volk looked awesome. He came out and proved himself of why he's one of the best ever. Put together a great game plan, but also at the same time, Diego let him do it, man.
Diego looked so good, man.
He did not look good.
He looked good.
No, dude, he let the fight. He could have looked like the guy's very talented. He got heavy hands, and I feel like he had this amazing opportunity he's been training his whole life for, right? And he kind of like, I guarantee he's kicking himself in the ass right now because he kind of let it just go by him. He stood there and watched so much rather than taking the fight to Volk. Like, he let Volk do this dance around, feint, move right, move left, pick his shots, like do what Volk's great at rather than putting the pressure. Same way Pitbull should have fought, even though it's a different size thing, but like the way Pitbull should have fought Yair, he should have taken the fight to him. You got the knockout power in your hands, and you've seen him land a couple punches on Volk and like daze him. Obviously, Volk did the same back, but like Diego didn't throw enough punches. Like, I guarantee you, what is the punch count? What is the differences in punches?
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
You can't stand there and let someone outstrike you 4-1 and expect to win a world title on one punch. You got to take the fight to him. You got to catch him because you got power in your hands. You know, like I was expecting to see more out of Diego because he's young, he's hungry, but I think he let the moment get the best of him. I think he let the UFC title shut him down and overthink and try to be too technical rather than him fighting Brian Ortega and just, lights out, like, or some of these other fights he's had coming up. He just like went after it and got the knockout because he just took the fight to him and fought. Let go of the game plan and just go, You
think he fought for the belt too soon?
Maybe. But there's a lot of hype on him. He's good.
Bro, look at him.
He'll
He
be
could have
back
won the
too.
fight at any time. He could have won that fight at any point in
Well,
that
I wouldn't
fight.
go that far. But
Bro, he had Volk. He basically had Volk on his legs a few times. He could have applied the pressure and just put this dude out. Volk's obviously a legend, so it's not that easy. And I'm making it sound, I'm talking from a fan, and we sponsor Diego, and we've loved Diego. We've watched him grow up these last couple of years, and it was a big fight for everybody, and we wanted to watch him go get the belt. But this dude had it.
Did you call him after this fight?
I DM'd him, said, "Yo, we still love you. No worries. Don't matter. You'll be right back in there."
yeah, what's the strike difference? What's the total strikes? I can't read them. I need my
Round
glasses.
one, landed by position, 89-93, 86-77, leg, total leg, attempted.
I mean, look at that. Every one of them is
It's almost double every
70%, 60%.
It's almost double every round.
Every single one's over 50%.
Yeah.
You can't go out there and win a title and get an outpoint that much and just relying on your power.
But TJ,
right?
let me ask you some questions from the fight fans. Number one, Diego Lopes that we saw against Brian Ortega applied pressure through hands and understood the damage he could do. Barely got any damage on him. Did a little bit of back and forth, but he really was controlling it. In this fight, he got that one hit from Volk where he gets pushed back in the fence, and then it seems like maybe the power or the energy or the mindset, what is it that you feel put him in this like reserve where he was just being so safe?
I think it's from the beginning. I think he was like, again, the moment get the best of him. Rather than like, look, I wasn't supposed to be in and brow. Like I went to the belt way too soon as well, right? Like got in the UFC, won a world title 4 years later. Like I was hardly in the rankings kind of thing and got pushed up fast. I just like, for whatever reason, got into a flow state and it was fucking magical, right? But like I feel like he kind of got into this over game plan idea rather than just like shutting the brain off and just reacting and just going. Because the guy's talented. He's very hungry. You could tell in his interviews he's like crying about the opportunity and just like wants to do this for his whole family. I mean, he moved to a completely different country and put everything on the line. And they see him drop him here, right? Like he's got the power, but you just need more of it. You got to put more pressure on a guy like Volk. You can't let him do what he's good at. And the guy's, Volk's very strong and he's very athletic. So take the fight to him.
TJ, after he dropped him, you kept saying when we were all together, we were with CJ from Concrete Cowboys. He asked you what he should be doing. And you kept saying, well, that's the moment you take. And then you're letting Volk play his game. You kept talking about he's letting Volk play his game.
Because he's waiting. Look, he's staying at this distance. He's like, he should be going forward. He should be throwing double jab crosses and throwing uppercut hooks and following it up. And he should be kicking his leg. He didn't throw any kicks. He turned it into a full-blown boxing match when he should be kicking Volk's legs. He should be using different distances. He should be elevating shading. He should be feinting. He's not feinting, right? Like, give me a feint. Like he's got power. So like fake a right hand, throw a left hook, right hand, like mix it up, and keep that pressure going.
Rampage, what do you think? You've watched Diego a few times now. We know how fast he is. We know how good he is. We know how sharp he is. Do you think that he just didn't apply the pressure? You agree with TJ?
I agree with TJ, but he probably respect Volk and Mustard a little bit too much. Volk
A
and
little
Mustard
too much? Explain that, yeah. I know what you mean, but for the audience.
Yeah, because Volkan Mustard, he's a seasoned vet. And, you know, Diego, he just, you know, moving up there. And this is his first time fighting for the belt. So you can sometimes you can get in your head a little bit like what TJ's saying. So I agree with him.
But when you say respect him too much, do you feel like that puts like the reserve, that pumps the brakes on your attack? Or what is it that it does? From you guys are both world champions.
It's how you fight. When you respect your opponent a little bit too much, you don't take as many chances. You know what I'm saying? You just not going after him as much.
And then after the fight, you kick yourself in the ass because you didn't do what you could do.
But there's from you guys from the perspective. Oh my God, this in slow motion was incredible. I watched on the UFC.
Dude, Diego's got a chin on him too. It's like if you got a chin on you and you know that Volk's been knocked out his last 2 fights, it's like go, just fucking go. Turn off the brain and go.
As you guys being world champions, is there some? Oh my God, his eye got really broken open.
Yeah.
When you guys watch a fight. And Rampage, you're funny, but I feel like a lot of people sometimes don't get that analytical side of you, which hardly ever comes out. But when you watch a fight, you're able to pick up on things. You always tell me something like, oh, like, look at his tendency. And I feel like that's like the old Rampage coming out of you. Like if you were fighting someone, all of a sudden you snap into it. I watch you when we watch the fight. You lock in, you're staring at the TV, you pick up on something and you talk about it the whole fight. When you watch this fight, is there something about Diego that you were seeing that if you were Volk, you're like, oh, I got him? Because TJ, you had said that. You had said like, oh, Volk's feeling good now. Now Volk's back. Oh, now Volk's good. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like you guys as champions lock into something, or as fighters, you're locking into something. Maybe it's the feet, the way he's looking at you, the way he's throwing hands, and then it exposes his game almost.
You don't become a champion without being able to find people's weaknesses and what they do. Like, Rampage has been there. He's seen it. He's done it. Like, he has that inside of him, even if he doesn't say it all the time. Like, he knows when he sees shit. Same way as when I came out and I watched this fight, it's like that first round, it's like everyone's like wants to see like what Volk is going to show up. He's got knocked out twice. He's been on a layoff for a year. It's like you're very interested to see like what Volk's going to show up. And then Diego let him get his tempo, let him get his stance, let him land the better punches. And like as more and more that happens, like Volk's confidence gets better and better because it's like you're going to doubt yourself. It happens to everyone. Everyone doubts themselves, right? It's about how you control that doubt, right? And obviously there's a lot of doubt going into this fight. I got knocked out twice. I haven't fought in a year. Like he's saying these things to himself. So if you're Diego and you put that pressure on him, those thoughts are going to increase. But if you don't put that pressure on him now, and he's landing his leg kicks, he's moving around, he's pop shot, he's landing, he's like, oh fuck, I am the best in the world. You know what I mean? Like,
so he's building it in real time. Yeah,
in real time, he's building his confidence. Yeah.
You can gain and lose your confidence during the fight.
100%.
Is there something as you guys, as fighters, and I keep wanting to make that point because I'm asking this question, I'm not telling you guys, and I want to be very clear with the audience. Is there something you guys as fighters have that's different in terms of your confidence, like the way you're able to build it? Is it something of landing a punch? Is it something from the crowd? Is there like a switch for you guys that turns it on?
Champions are different. Champions are different though.
But you've said that many times. You said the difference between fighters, almost everybody's good in that division, but it's who has the mindset of a champion, right? So like, what is it? Is it the skill? Is it the audience? Is it the way you've landed something, your heart? Like, what is it?
It's the generic thing of saying mental toughness, right? Because we're all going to have negative thoughts. We're all going to think that we fucking suck at certain times in your life or point. Like, you're all going to like, it's so natural to bring yourself down. Like there's a great thing you talked about, like adversity, right? Like adversity is Volk says it. Adversity is a privilege, right? But those champions like Volk, they can push through adversity and not get beat, right? Like that's what makes the mental mindset of a champion. That's why Volk's a champion. That's why he won this fight. And Diego let it slip through his fingers. He didn't like take the chances, right? Like maybe like he gave him too much respect, like Rampage is saying, rather than just fighting. You know?
Right. That happens a lot. And sometimes you see the two fighters dancing around each other a little bit too long. They both respecting each other a little bit too much.
Yeah, it was the beginning against Yair and Pitbull.
Yeah,
the first minute and a half was just them just standing in front of each other, like no one even threw anything. Right, rather than taking that opportunity. Same thing with Pitbull. Like if you were just like maybe shut the brain off a little bit more of not having all the pressure of the entire Bellator on your back and just fought, he could have done a lot better.
But and I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole on this, but I really love when TJ talks about the fighting mindset. I could listen to TJ talk about fighting all day, no joke. It's like one of the best minds, TJ. And I
Why are you glazing TJ?
No, I hope the audience understands that we do this. Like TJ should be on ESPN doing this, and I'm blessed to have him on the show. I want to make sure he always gets his flowers.
Jackson's way better than
he doesn't need to be here, and
ESPN
I appreciate
fucking
that.
crashes, bro.
Thank you.
Can't even watch the fights.
No, I mean that. I respect this so much when
they
we do
be
get
too
serious,
politically correct too, right? on ESPN. You got to watch what you say and shit.
They can't be like you with your coach and your trainer doing all those videos. They'll get
the
canceled.
fuck?
So like one thing I want to know, TJ, is like Diego. He has what it takes, and you look disappointed. I know we wanted him to win. He's a Jackson athlete, and he's a Santos Studio athlete.
I was also rooting for Volk.
But I saw you at one point. You kept saying, "Man, Volk's like." Coming, I could see that in you, almost as if like you felt like you wanted. Yeah,
I've been there. I've lost my title. I've been down in the dumps. Like you've had people talking shit about you, and it's good to get that fucking back. You know what I mean? It's like I feel for him. It's like that feels fucking good. I wanted to come back so bad and get my belt, and I could have fucked up Aljamain Sterling, but unfortunately, that wasn't my life path, right? And for Volk, it was, and I feel so happy for him because I know what that feels like.
So this was Topuria's belt, right?
Yeah, which also I guess is a point to bring up. It's kind of like it's awesome that Volk's the champ, but is he really? You know, it's
whoa,
come on, TJ. Don't start
you
that
can't
shit.
do that. If someone's not in the division, he's the champion, fair and square.
I agree, he is. He's got the belt around him. But it's like in the back of your mind, every single fan's going to say everything. How could every single fan...
He gave the guy 30-minute compliment, and then he ends it with the biggest one-liner of the day.
Well, yeah, I mean, every single fan's thinking the exact same thing. Well, I guarantee you every single fan's thinking the exact same thing.
I think half the UFC fans don't know that was Topuria's belt.
No, they know.
They know.
No, I know, but what I'm saying
that
is
guy's a superstar.
No, I know, but I'm not going to joke.
And I think he's the most talented in the UFC roster right now.
In the whole weight class? Or all the weight class?
All UFC.
He's the most talented?
Technically, yes.
Not over Arman.
No, I know his boxing is like
his jiu-jitsu's top notch.
I haven't really seen it.
Oh, yeah, he submitted people. His jiu-jitsu's top notch. And that's why he's like, dude, he's a killer.
So why they not giving him a shot?
So what's going on with the title with that?
For the belt, right?
I think they might. I don't know.
Why aren't they announcing this? Why are they?
Because I think they're trying to figure it all out. There's a lot of moving parts in the UFC and trying to figure shit out. And I think that's why Arman hasn't gotten his title shot yet. Is because they're probably going to give it to Topuria. I think that's what's happening, and that's why Arman's training his ass off, staying ready. And Arman needs to fight an Oliveira. He needs to fight a Gaethje. He needs to fight Paddy Pimblett. You know what I mean? Like
he's number 12.
He's number 12.
I know, but like, what are you gonna sit around? Like, how about just like shut Paddy Pimblett's mouth up and like take all this fans and whatnot?
TJ wants action. TJ just wants war. Yeah. Dillashaw deep down is the biggest fighter on planet Earth. He just wants action 24/7.
What's next for Volkanovski though? Who you think he's going to fight next though?
I don't know. I mean, if he keeps going.
One thing I want to touch on just to answer that for Rampage, not to cut you off, since 2019, Volkanovski has since 2019, since 2019, Alexander Volkanovski has, since 2019, every fight he's fought, and he's fought in over 11 fights or 10 fights, have all been title fights.
Oh, wow.
The last 11 fights. Give me the top 5 in the featherweight.
Who's the top
five?
Let me pull it up.
Top 5 in featherweight. Next for Volkanovski.
But are they really doing the fights based off the ranking
they don't.
system?
Yeah, they don't do it based off the ranking.
That's why I want to see top 5 and not top 1.
So the ranking system right now has Volk as 1, Max Holloway as 2, Diego Lopes as 3, Evolov as 4, Rodriguez Yair 5.
Evolov is 4.
Ortega's 5. Arnold Allen is 7. Leon Murphy's 8. Aljamain Sterling's 9. Josh Emmett's 10. Giga is 11. Oh, by the way, Giga just signed on board to the team for Santos Studio in Jackson.
Cool.
So he'll be in here weekly.
Damn, I wish Pitbull would have won.
You think he would have been next up?
Yeah, why not?
Dan Igue's 15.
What about Rodriguez? What's his name? Yair Rodriguez?
Yair Rodriguez.
He's already fought. I don't know if he fought Volk though, right? But he's been up there for a while.
He'd probably be next in line.
I mean, I would love to see Max Holloway.
We live right there? I was up, chat. We finished up this podcast. And we got some stuff for you.
I think probably Movar Evlov would probably be his next fight off the rankings. Looking at it.
Let the audience know what you're yelling at through the fourth wall.
Oh, my bad. Through the fourth wall. I'm starting up with Kick, and we going live right here, right now already at the end of this podcast.
What's your Instagram or your handle on Kick?
It's Rampage Jackson.
Rampage.
What about the relationship page? Are you doing the couples page or the doubles page or whatever it's called?
Well, with
Bear.
Which is Coach. Yeah, what is that page
Bear,
called?
I'm going to say this one last time.
Are you doing it or not? I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you, TJ.
I'm straight.
TJ wants to know. No, I know that. It's not about relationship.
No,
like
are you doing 2 kicks or
yeah,
one?
you're doing
just one kick.
Okay.
Oh, that's it?
I'm straight.
Yeah. No, Rampage, whatever you do is on you, brother, and I'm going to love you either way, man. Like, man, I don't judge you. I like whatever you do whenever you do it. TJ, I want to tell you, thank you for coming into town. First of all,
I love being here.
I do want to tell the audience, I hope you guys are loving the shows. We're working on a big push coming May. We're going to have TJ coming in here doing breakdowns. But what we want to do is start giving you guys a lot more behind the scenes content, because we want to start doing these long format podcasts more often with more fighters, not just legends, but up and coming fighters. But we're going to be focused on trying to get TJ in the gym here at Sanso Performance Studio and Jackson Media House, showing you guys technique, talking to fighters, showing the behind the scenes of what he's doing here, how he's building his brand, what we're doing here at Jackson with our new watches and jewelry, and how we're kind of building out our new team with jiu-jitsu and MMA and skate and moto. Rampage has his new kick streaming platform. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his show. He's going to be doing a lot of things with a lot of people. And it's basically going to be a brand new revamp, brand new repush. And we're going to be...
My breath stank.
We're going to be doing tons of new content for you guys.
Probably.
One thing I ask is all of you guys go jump in our Jackson Podcast Discord. We will be doing giveaways weekly starting this week. We will also be giving you guys all the behind the scenes content in the Discord, and we'll be posting a lot of our clips and a lot of links that you guys can go find new product, new shows. And we also have our brand new sports show, Jackson Sports.
When you start giving away those motorcycles, and can I enter to win a motorcycle?
Mm-hmm. Do you know how to drive a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I do.
My Indian's so sick.
Judging based off the way Rampage drove a tank in the movie A-Team, I doubt he can ride a bike.
I ride dirt bikes. I don't like street bikes.
I guarantee he drives better than you.
Are you kidding me?
Bro,
I want to. I hate riding with him. He posts
shit out of me.
He texts, posts, Snapchats, everything while he drives.
He's on his phone more hours than there are hours in the day.
Always.
I watched his mom want to fix the TV for him, and he wouldn't give his phone to his mom because he was so afraid of not having his phone in his hand.
No, that's not what you're afraid of.
See, this is the negative of bringing TJ into the family next. No. TJ exposing me.
That's not what he's afraid of. He don't want his mom to scroll and see what he be looking at on Instagram.
Do you think my mom wants another recap of you showing her a video of you and your coach, Sean Reyes,
eating grapes
with
together?
A Thor hammer?
Loco, why is that so fucking funny to you every time you bring up my fucking coach?
Because the things you guys do together are insane.
What? Lift weights.
I saw a video of you guys in a limo dressed up like the Men in Black, and you guys were playing with that little skinny thing.
Hey, I'm going to the Philippines to promote my friends' his hotels and his resorts, and Coach Sean is coming with me, and now I'm going to regret it because I'm never going to hear this down. I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Oh, so you got a +1 to the Philippines and you brought Sean Reyes.
Did you guys get a suite together? You guys get a
Come on, TJ. Come on,
you guys get a villa?
Hey, you guys are sharing a room?
No, I don't share a room with dudes.
That's crazy.
I don't share rooms with dudes.
What do you consider him if you're sharing a room with him?
I'm doing a pool party May 10th.
That's why he wants Sean to have the ponytail. I always wondered because he keeps telling Sean not to cut his hair. It makes sense.
Why you trying to like flip the script and make me out to be the suspect?
Oh, you got Kick going, and we're live on the podcast.
We live on the podcast.
How many people are on?
I don't know. I can't see that flying.
7,840.
What's up, Kick? I got much love for y'all, but please do me a favor. Follow Bear Degidio on Instagram and show
we
the
going
fuck
crazy.
out of him.
Listen,
please.
I want you guys to all know one thing. Rampage loves you deep down, no matter what he's doing in his personal life. He's gonna stream for you guys and bring you the hottest content. Jackson Media House, we're going to do whatever we can for you. TJ's looking phenomenal. TJ, show me your abs real quick.
Now look at
just showing your abs.
You see? Yeah, you see?
That's not sus. My guy's been working hard on his abs. I'm going to let him
Why you trying to get another man to show you?
TJ's going to show us his abs, or you're going to show us your abs.
I got one ab. I got to go piss.
Oh, of course he wants to get up when it's time to start taking off the clothes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look at the True Religions from 1998.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, wait. You in on it with them.
Thanks for watching.
It's Rampage.
R-A-M-P-A-G-E-F with me. R-A-M-P-A-G-E-F with me. R-A-M-P-A-G-E-F with me. Still chilling on the top part, yeah, comfortably. Jackson. Get your